Latina mommy come through. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Seriously? I'm gonna tell you guys about the first time I not necessarily had sex, but my first encounter as a woman with a man, not necessarily really freaking knowing my situation. We are in for a motherfucking story time of a century. This is my first encounter as a woman with a man. I think it's one of the first. This is my first, scratch that, my first encounter with a man as a woman and him not knowing my situation. This goes back to when I was a fucking lesbian, butch-looking girl with short bleach blonde hair. You know, guys, I was doing like a really androgynous look. I had the short bleach blonde hair. It was like slicked back. Me and my girlfriend decided to go out. We went out for a clubbing night. We went out and we were in the, you know, in this back room where there's a bunch of models. And if I remember, there was this really freaking hot-ass model guy. He was so hot, and I remember everyone being like all over him, like, ooh, he's so hot, he's so cute, he's so this, like, I want to go home with him tonight. And like, even like gay guys that were like at the club or whatever were like trying to come on to him, but like this guy was very stand back. Like, guys would lean in to give him a kiss and he'd be like, no, like, no bro, like, I'm a model, but like, let's keep it cool, like, high five. The whole time he would like look at me from across the distance. He would like look at me, smirk, kind of smile, and it's like dark in the club, so I was like, this guy obviously is looking at me, but he's just playing games. He can't handle this. He cannot handle this. He cannot handle all this. Pouring a drink, having a good time, dancing away, and then he steps down from the top, comes to me, and like briefly glides across my body and like puts his hand around my waist, grabs my hand, and keeps on walking, and then like lets go and keeps walking to the restroom. Well, that was cute. I'm necessarily not the person that sleeps around with like people in my friends group. I just don't like to do that. I just don't want to be affiliated as that person that sleeps around with the friends of the friends of the friends of the friends of the friends. Night goes on, yada yada yada, dancing, raging, woo 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 woo. Lights come on, boom boom bam, everyone's touching up, I'm looking in the mirror, I'm touching up or whatever, and then this guy looks at me, walks over to me. I'm like, okay, definitely he's clocked me now. He's clocked that, like, you know, I am transgender, or the lights are on, I have short hair, it's slicked back and wet, like, what the heck, like, he has to know something by now, and the lights are on, more or less, so he's up close and personal looking at me. So he comes up and he stands next to me, and like, I'm looking up at him, like, hi, and I have like my compact in my hand, I'm like, hi, and like trying to be as fishy as I can be with like my voice and everything, like, hi, and he's just like, you are so beautiful, and I was just like, oh my god, thank you. He was like, who do you model with? And I was like, what? I don't know, Instagram. So he was like, he sat down behind me, put his legs wrapped around me like on the booth, and he starts like massaging my shoulders. The lights are on, everyone in the club is like scattering around, like trying to figure out where the after party is, and he's sitting here massaging and kissing my neck, and I'm like, oh, everyone at the table and like all my friends are staring at us, and I'm like, oh my god, this is awkward. I don't think he knows, number one, and number two, everyone here wanted to get him, and I'm over here being the fuck girl with him on my neck kissing me and shit. I felt really bad because at that point I looked like the girl that sleeps with everybody in the group. This is not what I necessarily wanted. It's like, baby, I'm coming home with you. And I was like, I'm not going home, I'm going to an after party, so you can get that out of your head. I'm not going home with you. He's like, I'm going home with you. He's like, you're so beautiful, I'll go after party with you. Why don't you guys just all come to my house? We can like all after party together. Meanwhile, everyone is still staring at me like, you're going home with him, Demi? This guy is hot, guys. Like, this guy is probably one of the hottest guys I have ever finessed with in my entire life. Oh my god, when do I just let him know? Like, when do I tell him? Maybe he knows, maybe he doesn't. He has to know by now. The lights are on. Like, I was just going through like so many questions and emotions in my head, like, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? I tried low-key getting up from the like the booth or whatever, keep walking towards the exit, runs, grabs my hand, pulls me outside where everybody is standing, like waiting for their Ubers, and he's holding me, and like he leans in to kiss me. Like, I pull back because I'm like, I'm not gonna embarrass this guy and like have him making out with me in front of all these people, and that's just not me. I'm not gonna do that. So he's there and he's like hugging me and licking me. He's like, I just called the Uber, you're coming with me, we're having an after party. I look at my girlfriend and I was like, I'm not going alone, bitch. Like, you're coming with me, you are my accomplice. Like, we're going together. We get into the Uber, his friends hop in, like a couple of his guy friends, we're all sitting there. I go back to blotting, like fixing myself up, looking in the mirror, and he's like, you're so beautiful, you don't need any of that, baby, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So like I put it away, and all of a sudden he's like, so when are you gonna kiss me? When am I gonna kiss you? This guy is so hot, like I can't even control myself. I'm just like, when am I gonna kiss you? We go in for a freaking makeout of a century, like slobbering down everyone's like necks and whatever. He tries reaching into my crotch, and I'm like, oh my god, no. So I move his hand immediately, and I'm like, I'm on my period. I'm on my period. There's blood falling out. You cannot, absolutely cannot touch me in that area. I was like, shit, I need to explain myself to him. And I was like, when is the right time to go ahead and explain myself to him? We get to his house and we walk in and his friends all go to the kitchen. They like start warming up pizzas and like they start warming up all this food and they're going in. He's like, babe, let me show you around my house. I'm like, okay, it's like pretty cute. I'm like, wow, potential boyfriend material, maybe. He goes and tells my best friend, he was like, can you give us a minute? Like, stay over there, like, give us a minute. And I was like, uh-oh, like, this is gonna be a minute. She goes, sits her fat ass in the kitchen, she starts eating with, like, the boys and all the other guys cracking jokes. She has the most obnoxious laugh, so I can keep on hearing her, like, down the hall, laughing like crazy. We get into his room, and he just fully takes off all his clothes. Just strips naked, just wham, 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 wham. And I'm, like, standing there in my jacket, in my heels, in my pencil skirt, in my top, in the jacket, with hair slicked back like Donald Trump. Like, I'm standing there looking at him like, that thing between your legs looks very unsafe for me. That is humongous. My virgin eyes? I cannot be looking at this right now with my virgin eyes. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, my sister's in the other room, and like, I don't want her to walk in on me. This is really nasty. Like, I'm older than her. She's like still young, and like, I'm not setting the example for her if she comes over here and I'm over here naked with you in your room and whatever. I was like, you're really hot, whatever. He just like grabs me, tells me to shut up, chunks me on the bed. Oh my God, like the dominance, like low key, come on, dominance. And so I'm laying there. I'm like, okay, dominance. He's just like standing over me, and he's like, take your jacket off, and I'm like, no. And he's like, take your skirt off. I'm like, no. And he's like, well, take your shoes off. And I was like, no. Why are you being so weird? Like, take your clothes off. Like, I don't care. I was like, I already told you I'm on my period. And he was like, you're not on your period. And I was like, I am on my period. He said, I'll go get a towel. I don't care. Huh? I'm sorry, but I was fairly new to everything at the time. Fairly new to the whole womanhood. Is this how women do it? You're gonna get a towel? You're gonna put a towel under me after I told you I was in my period? Oh, no. We don't need that. We're not gonna do that. That's very nasty and messy. In my head, I was like, I'm flat. Like, I am flat. It's like, I don't know when to tell him that I'm motherfucking special needs. But in my head, I was just like, I'm gonna die tonight. I'm gonna die tonight. I'm gonna die tonight. So I'm laying there, and he's like, I just wanna, like, grind on you then. And I was like, grind on me? So he starts grinding on me or whatever. Like, I'm, like, fully clothed, guys. So then, and guys, yes, I admit, I was turned on. Like, I was feeling myself. Like, I was like, this is cute. You don't know nothing. I'm fishy. And then all of a sudden, this guy has the audacity to reach over, put his hands in my personal area and just grab. Put it at my skirt so fast and grab the area, and I like screamed and jumped up from the bed. He goes, what was that? And I was like, what was what? He was like, what was that? And I was like, what was what? What was that? And I was like, I don't know, I thought you knew. What was what? Like, I thought you knew. And he was like, I didn't know anything. What do you mean you thought I knew? And then he like jumps over me, and like I roll over myself off the bed, and I go smack, and I hit the floor, and he comes tumbling on top of me, grabs my ribs, pins them to the floor, and he's like, what was that? Take your pants off right now. His face is like in my face, like, take your pants off right now. I want to see what's in your pants. And I'm like, I'm gonna die. Like, in my head, I just overplayed it over and over. I'm dying tonight. I'm dying tonight. I'm dying tonight. I'm dying tonight. I was like, God, please help me. I push his fat ass off of me. I get up. Remember, guys, I'm fully clothed, and like in my head, I was like so thankful for staying fully clothed and being a classy little girl in bed. I push his bedroom door open. I run to the kitchen, and my friend is still in there with like all the guys eating pizza. I run in there, and everyone looks at me like, what's wrong? I look at my best friend, and I go, we have to go right now. And everyone's like, what's going on? And I'm like, we have to go right now. I walk around the kitchen table to the front door. I'm standing at the front door looking at everyone in the room. If someone got murdered in front of me, that's probably the face I had on my face. I'm standing there looking at everyone. They're like, are you okay, Demi? And like my best friend Jocelyn is like, what happened? Are you okay, babe? What happened? And then 2 seconds later, the guy comes running down the hall screaming, you know what, is flopping everywhere, left, right, north, east, south, west. And I'm still standing like this, like, he's like staring at me from across the kitchen, and he's standing there naked, and he's looking at me like this, like just so angry. Like, if he had a gun, he would kill me. In that moment, if he had a gun, he would have pulled the trigger and blasted a bazooka up my fucking face, and would have been flying across the room, and guts and blood everywhere. And then all of his friends are like, dude, what's wrong? And then I look at Jocelyn, I was like, we have to go now. And then as soon as he picks up his hand, he looks at me, he goes, are you? I grab the door, open the door, run the fuck out, fucking running down the hall in my high heels like a horror movie, like Scream the movie, just running, thinking he was gonna come after me again. I ran all the way outside, found a bush, and hid right behind it. And I stood there, I was just like, Holy Mary, Mother of God, Lord, please help me, please help me. 2 seconds later, my best friend comes out the fucking building going, Demi, La Démi. And she's Mexican, so like she speaks Spanish. She's like, pinche culera babosa. Jota. She was like, what the hell did happen in there? And I was like, I don't know, like, I thought he knew, and, like, I never found the right time to tell him, like, about myself and, like, me as a person, so, like, I just kind of kept it a secret, I guess. And she was like, tonta, like, stupida, like, you're stupid, like, you're dumb, you should have just told him, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I don't know. She, like, gave me my shit. She starts laughing, like, hysterically, and, like, we were both laughing, and I'm like, I get in the car and, like, nearly start crying, like, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe I did that. How stupid of me to be so quiet and not just tell him. So the next day, I thought it was all over. I get a text message from him number, and it's him. Fully apologizes. Fully says, Demi, I'm so sorry for overreacting like I did last night. I'm sure you're an amazing person. I was a little bit tipsy and I've never gone that way. I never experienced a woman that was transgender. Please allow me to take you out to dinner and, like, do it the right way instead of freaking out on you the way I did. I was like, oh my god, like, you don't want to kill me? Like, I remember texting him back being like, are you sure you don't want to kill me? He was like, I don't want to kill you. Like, that's crazy. He was like, I just really freaked out and, like, I didn't know what was happening and, like, what was going on. He was like, and I really didn't know. Told him, it's okay, don't worry about it. Mainly my fault for not telling you. And this lesson taught me that no matter what situation I'm in, ever since then and after that experience, I never keep a secret from any guy. Ever since then, I've always been one to tell a guy straight up, hey, listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you because I don't want you to get upset or crazy or think I'm lying to you, and I'm all about honesty. So now up front, before going on a date or before doing anything, I'd let them know up front my past, who I am, where I come from, and my standpoint and views. And if you can accept it, well then, sashay be gone. That was my intense story that I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys want to see more stories of mine, and I do have so many freaking crazy stories, get this video up to at least 600 likes and I will post more stories. I will have a series on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and always remember to always be honest about yourself. It's prettier. It shows more confidence to be open and honest about yourself and upfront with guys as to hiding and lying and it resulting in bad ways. If you aren't so confident, stay behind your phone. Text them out a long paragraph stating what you are, who you are, and your level of being comfortable with that situation. Don't hide it. Don't go on a date. Don't try, getting away with whatever. Just be honest. Be upfront. Like Martin Luther King said, the truth shall set you free. If you guys aren't already, be sure you follow me on Instagram. I post fashion updates and makeup and beauty things. Follow me on Snapchat, a lot of lip syncing and going crazy and ham and buck and wild. And Twitter, I ask you guys a lot and I conversate a lot with you guys on Twitter and just ask for, like, updates or what videos you want to see and things like that. So I love having that interaction with you guys. Follow me on all of those, and until next time, live your life.